Good morning. It's Mr. R2 here at Consistency is Currency. It is Friday, December the 16th. I don't know why I'm not centered. It is Friday, December the 16th, and you've made it through another week. Um, yeah, we've all made it through another week. Everybody that's here to see um, me digitally and visually, we've all made it. We're on this side of life. We're on this side of the dirt. We're on this side uh, of what we have executed so far this week. So, good morning to you. If I can say it to you, you can say it to me because that's how we interchange and exchange energies as well. So, as you can see right now, we're talking about do it anyway. And I think this is going to be something that you can tap into or something that you can plug into because if you're the type of person that like to procrastinate, if you're the type of person that deals with procrastination or that is something that you um, have fallen short of with you trying to do things, here it is at the end of the year. We got 17 more days until New Year's or 17 more days until the 2023. And you have done it through procrastination. Like some of the things that you wanted to do, you didn't do it. Some of the things that you talked about doing, it wasn't done. Some of the things that you've desired, it wasn't achieved. And we're going to be talking about do it anyway. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Peace. Good morning, Dr. Jennings. Okay, you're becoming a regular. You're becoming a regular. But I appreciate you anyway for being here. Like always, anyone that taps into consistency is currency. I always want to make sure that there's information and there's tools that you can use and that you can plug into. Something that can actually be executed the same day. Something that can actually be provided to you that can be used for you to go back into your toolbox and pull out, or something that you can write down and take notice, because like when you write down notes, that's really you setting yourself up by providing you with breadcrumbs, something that you can always go back to and to examine at another day and at another time. Start our day mentally strong. Indeed, 100%. Good morning, Miss Ta Da Lee. I will always use those syllables like Ta Da Lee. I mean, I know it sounds like I'm talking slow, but it's okay. Sometimes it's okay to move slow. Why? Because I'm still moving forward. I'm still moving and progressing. So good morning to you, ma'am. So yeah, take this live, share it, put it in a Facebook group, or put it on your timeline to push it up. And I always appreciate the comments, because that's how we communicate in building this digital relationship. Because the things that I say and the things that you say, when we meet in the middle, we exchange energy. And we meet in the middle, we exchange information. And when we exchange energy and exchange information, what happens? Then we alter our frequencies. Because when I plug into you and you plug into me, that's how the current flows. Because we are intentionally plugging into our input. The information that we send back and forth is our throughput, and how we speak it is our output, or how we translate it and pour it and put it into something else is our output. Because we want to change our outcome in our life, as well as we want to change the outcome in the people that we surround ourselves with, lives as well. So, all right, we're gonna get into this. Do it anyway. Yeah, I'm ready for this one, and I hope you are too. I'm ready for this one, and I hope you are too. All right. Man, I don't see my chat. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you can see me, but my chat just disappeared, so I won't know who's coming in the room. And I hope that you are still watching me live, and the internet didn't just drop off and fall off the face of the earth. Yeah, I'm just gonna push. All right, here we go. Let's switch this out and let's begin to tap into what we're going to be talking about today. What I want you to do and put it inside the chat, put the word anyway. Anyway, Anyay. Anyay. Anyway. Man, this is crazy. Like, my chat is gone. Like, it just disappeared. I'm sure somebody's going to tell me, "Oh, I can't see you or I can't hear you." I didn't know that it couldn't be done. But all right, so for those that may be new to the platform, let me back this up. Let me go back and get into what and how it's supposed to be. Because every Friday we always give recognition and thanks to our podcast listeners, international listeners, and we just say thank you from for what you do and for listening. So let's go ahead and tap into it, and I'm gonna tell you like how far we have stretched and where we're going, as far as with the audience and the demographics of the audience that listen to the podcast. All right, so of course in the United States it's like 88% of the listeners, but for all our international listeners, we say thank you. India, thank you. South Africa, appreciate you. Germany, Italy, Nigeria, Puerto Rico, thank you. Kenya, thank you. United Kingdom, Canada, South Korea, Indonesia, Singapore, France, thank you. I think that's a new one. Netherlands, thank you. Pakistan, thank you. Russia, United Arab, thank you. Australia, we appreciate you. Algeria, Saudi Arabia, Nepal, thank you. Morocco, Mexico, New Zealand, thank you. Ireland, Turkey, Slovenia, Namibia, Dominican Republic, thank you. Austria, thank you. U.S. Virgin Islands, appreciate you. Thailand, thank you. Ethiopia, that's a new one, thank you. Malaysia, thank you. Belgium, Philippines, and Latvia, thank you. 72% of our listeners come from Apple Podcasts. We appreciate you, those who got Apple Podcasts and iPhones. I'm still an Android man myself. But anyway, the web browser, that means people that's finding it online through the computer and listening to it. And then we got those are Spotify listeners, and then those that are others like Podbean, Apple Music, not Apple Music, but Amazon Music, because we're on those platforms as well. Gender wise, the females is holding it down right now with 38% listeners. Always it's tied. 38% female and 38% male, and 23% of non-specified. People don't want to know who they are. Cool, whatever. All right, age wise, coming in strong at 23%. It's tied. 23% is 28 through 34, and 35 through 44. We still have some young listeners. 0 to 17 is at 8%. 8% is also at 18 to 22 years of age, and 45 to 59 years of age is at 8%. So I love the cross generational listeners as well. So thank you. But let's go ahead and jump 2 feet. So if you're new to the platform, you're going to get definitions of words and you're going to get the etymology, but there's no etymology on this because it wasn't as powerful as I wanted it to be when it came to the word anyway. So with the definition, you're going to get inversions like this one. So the first definition of anyway is used to confirm or support a point or idea just mentioned. Again, used to support an idea. What used to support? There you go. The chat came back. All right, used to confirm or support a point or idea just mentioned. And the inversion on this is white over red. Now it could have went the other way, but I didn't want to. So used to confirm or support an idea just mentioned. So how do I see this? White over red. So a lot of times we don't move because we feel we're waiting for somebody else's validation or confirmation. We're waiting for someone else to tell us we're good. We're waiting for somebody else to tell us we're great. We're waiting for that special moment, as we want to say, or we're waiting for the right chance or the right opportunity. But what if the right chance and opportunity pass you by because you did nothing about it? Because the only person that needs to confirm or the only person that needs to support the idea and the point of what you're doing is you. That's who needs to confirm it. That's who needs to affirm it. And that's who the support should be coming from. Like, can you support you during the process of what you're doing? Can you support you with the execution that needs to be done? Not waiting on somebody to validate your confirmation or somebody to tell you that, man, you're doing good. Like, you don't need the pat on the back. Pat yourself on the back. Now, yes, it's good to have, people that are your accountability partners and stuff like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you pouring into you to tell you that I can do it. Today is not just my day. Today is my moment. Today is my moment to confirm that what I've been talking about, I'm done talking, and now I'm in the mood of action. I'm in the mood, in the process, to support my ideas, because the point of order is that today is the day that I move on it. I'm going to use my confirmation. I am going to affirm my actions by my visions and ensuring that I support myself and not waiting for the support of others. But can you support you through the process? Like, can you? Have you? Have you ever been the person who waited for somebody else support before you thought that you can do something? I just want to let you know that why wait? Execute. Do it anyway. All right, the next definition of anyway is used to indicate that something happened or will happen in spite of something else. Used to indicate that something happened or will happen in spite of something else. And the inversion on this is red over white. Will happen in spite of. Will happen in spite of. Like, in spite of every time that you've tried, and even if you felt that you failed, it has to happen. Like, don't give yourself the out if you've never attempted to make it happen. Don't say it can't happen if you never attempt to try. Because in spite of it all, success has to have a starting point. Like, when are you going to start? When are you going to yield to your will and give yourself the opportunity to be successful, to give yourself the opportunity to show you not just that you can do it, to show you that you were waiting for you all along? Like, do it today. Do it today. You you waited all year, and you still talking about what you're going to do in January. Like, it's like right now. I mean, it's like 7:44 in the morning. Like, what can you start right now that you don't have to wait for you to say Happy New Year, or for you to say, oh, this is my New Year's resolution? What can you start today? I'm going to tell you what you can start today. You can start writing out what you have already done. Celebrate those short and small victories. Celebrate the large victories too. Hell. But writing it out and writing that down, giving will to your power to say, I have accomplished these things. And now what do I need to do next to accomplish the very next thing? Kind of like we spoke about before about the breadcrumbs, because the things that you've done that you found success in could be the tools that you can use that builds and empowers what you are about to do next. But you have to give will to it in order for it to happen, in spite of your flaws. In order for it to happen, in spite of your inconsistencies. Actually looking at your inconsistencies like, you know what? I probably can do a lot. I know I can do a lot better. So in spite of it all, today is my day to start. Today is my day to action it. Today is my day to actually open those doors and walk clean through it, or bust down that wall and show myself approved, because I am the one who need to confirm and affirm the who that I am, and not waiting on somebody else to support my idea or my point. You support you, because the vision was given to you anyway. You waiting for somebody else's glasses to focus on what you're doing. But what about you? Like, can you focus on you? And the next definition of anyway is used to end a conversation. I like this one. Used to end a conversation, to change the subject, or to resume a subject after interruption. And the inversion on this is white over red. Used to end the conversation, like, you be done talking about it. Just be done talking about it. Why are you still talking about what you're going to do tomorrow when you're afforded the same opportunities today as you are going to possibly be afforded tomorrow? Because why are you waiting for your opportunity to pass you by when you can create that opportunity right now? Like, just end the conversation. Like, be done with the conversation and be about your action. Be done with the conversation and be about your work. We've already had enough interruptions in our life. Like, you see it in the definitions: subject after interruption. After the interruption have taken place in my life, I am done with the conversation and talk about what I'm doing or what I'm not doing. I'm just going to do it because I'm going to do it anyway. And as you see, the question that is proposed in the lower thirds is, are you ready to do it anyway? Like, can you answer that question? Are you ready to do it anyway? Because when you're ready to do it anyway, you don't give yourself the option to not do it. You execute, you put in the work, you put in the effort, you maximize the effort by maximizing the work, by putting yourself in a position not to just win, but putting yourself in the position to be victorious, and putting yourself in a position to even have victory over your shortcomings, have victory over your past pains and problems and trauma, have victory by resuming even after the interruptions have taken place. And the next definition of anyway, which I couldn't invert it because all this stuff had points of itself, in any case, anyhow, nonetheless, and regardless, because do it anyway can actually push you through your excuse of why you haven't started. Like, think about it. It can push you through the excuse of why you haven't started. Like, start anyhow. I'm tired of falling down, but nevertheless, I'm going to get up and I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it done anyway. Because when you push you to realize and recognize that you need to execute, it will push you through the I don't feel like it. Like, regardless of what takes place, this needs to be done. So go ahead and execute it anyway. Cease the conversation and just execute. Nevertheless, just execute. Anyhow, do it anyway. Because it kind of develops a way to hijack your excuses. When you tell yourself, I'm going to do it anyway because I need this done. I need to believe in me even more than what my mama did. I need to believe in me even more than what my accountability partner did or does. I need to believe in me. I'm not waiting for you to believe in me, because the belief should come from what I know that I have deep inside of me, and I'm going to push myself through it because I'm going to do it anyway. So let's go ahead and take this quick deep dive, and then we're going to have a powerful Friday. We're going to call today Power Friday. We're going to do that from now on. Fridays are going to be Power Friday, and we're going to do it anyway. So let's dive. All right. How many opportunities have you let pass you by because you got in the way? Like, that's a for real question. How many opportunities have you let pass you by because you got in the way? Like, think about it. This year, how many opportunities? Is it 5? Is it 6? Is it 20? Is it 50, 11? Whatever it is. How many opportunities have you let pass you by because you personally got in the way? Things slip between your fingers. Like, have you operated in a self-sabotaging way for so long that you forget how to execute? Now, I get it. It wasn't intentional. It was just recreational. But when we stop executing from a recreational perspective and start executing from an intentional way, we actually begin to do it anyway because it speaks to our will and it empowers our way. Like, how many things have you done recreationally because you were afraid to do it? There was a big difference between just doing things recreationally or doing things in truth and in power with the will and with true and honest intention. Because you do it different, because you want different. Intentional way of doing things actually breeds your creativity with action and it gives birth to your ideas. I'm going to say that again. When you breed creativity with your actions, it gives birth to your ideas. Because you're not just talking about it anymore. You're ending the conversation and you're matching it or breeding it with those actionable objectives, and it gives birth to your ideas. It manifests your ideas. Because sometimes our conversation can go a long way, but it has gone a long way for far too long that it doesn't manifest or it hasn't materialized into those accomplishments. Because if you have more goals than you have accomplishments, then you haven't really accomplished anything. You're full of ideas. You're full of conversation. You're not full of action. You're not full of accomplishments. You're just a great conversationalist who have great ideas, who haven't done anything to execute the dream anyway. You're still asleep. You're a dreamer. Now, there's nothing wrong with being a dreamer, but when are you going to wake up? Because it will actually begin to spawn more actions of success and drive more push through. How many of us can use more push through? Push through can be a great thing. Because we're going to find ourselves with, those complexities of life, those interruptions of life, those situations that happen that we have no control over. But what did you do when you get to that point when there's situations that you feel you have no control over? The things that you do have control over is you. The things that you do have control over is your response. The things that you do have control over is your reactions. The things that you do have control over is your willpower. The things that you do have control over is the empowerment of you and your own self. But having that push through will push you through the wall that has always been there, but you're waiting to see what's on the other side. And the only way to get to the other side is either jump over it or run around it or push straight through it. There's victory on the other side. There's healing on the other side. There's purpose on the other side. There's passion on the other side. The destination will only be reached when the journey is acknowledged throughout the way. We all have gifts. We all have a story. But how will your gift even give life, or how will your story even be told if you didn't do it anyway? Like, what are you waiting for? Don't you know that the destination is on the other side of your procrastination? Ooh, that's deep. I might have to write that down. Somebody put that in the chat so I can remember that. Your destination is on the other side of your procrastination. Don't be stealing that. If you post that today, make sure you give me my credit. Tag me. Don't just say my name. Tag me. Your destination is on the other side of your procrastination. And it's actually going to manifest itself when you begin the process of do it anyway. Like, if you fall hard. If you dream big. Move with intention. Wake up, awaken your potential. When you speak life into your life. You are an achiever. You are blessed. You are an overcomer. But above all things, do it anyway. Allow your intentions to be your true purpose because you have potential. Tap into that potential and allow that potential to materialize and allow that potential to manifest, because as the potential materialize and manifest, it will breed success in a way that you have never imagined or in a way that you have never seen before. Wake up, dreamer. It's time to awaken and do it anyway. All right, it's Mr. R2 here at Consistency is Currency, your morning podcast of choice. And I pray that your Friday be powerful. And I pray that your Friday be filled with power and execution. And do it anyway. Y'all be blessed. Peace.